Yes, people. Welcome back to BBK Sports. Good morning, good evening to all. Questions, made of questions. Dear Arsenal fans, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel Liverpool and Manchester City pulling away from us? Because I can. I can feel us being stretched. No homo. No diddy. I can feel them pulling away from us. Question. If I can feel it, and I know I'm not crazy, I like to think I'm a normal, rational thinking person. You know the ones. When they're signing the best attacking midfielder on the market, possibly a great right back to replace their great right back. When I see Manchester City signing the top midfielder in Serie A, I wonder. I think about these things. I wonder about these things. I wonder what are the Arsenal board thinking right now. I just wish I could be a fly on the wall in these meetings. Yeah. Big up to men like Gavin L. Big up to you, bro. Hope all is well. Big up to Gavin. Alvin, bigging up Gavin. Bluebird say what you man saying. Gavin bigging up Alvin. The Vins bigging up one another. The BBK boss himself. Mr. McCorkell is here. Big up to you, sir. I take good pride in calling you, sir. Big up to men like Jason McCannon, aka Richie B. Man United extraordinaire. Man United again. Out here winning the transfer window. But stop me if you heard this before, people. Because Manchester United supposedly won the transfer window last year. But this year, there's something different. There's something different in the way Manchester United are moving this year. Because honestly, if they get all the signings that they're linked with, and it looks like they will, because I don't think Tottenham can hijack Mbeumo and take him from Man United with the promise of Champions League football. Mbeumo's never played in the Champions League. It'd be great to have it. But it's the players that played in the Champions League that'll miss it. You go from Brentford to Man United to 200K a week, 175, whatever it is. It's a big move for Mbeumo. But Cunha, Gyökeres, Mbeumo, Bruno, I don't know. It makes me feel some type of way. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. That attack of Man United that they could put on the field of Bruno, Cunha, Gyökeres, and Mbeumo worries me. Because I'm on record. You don't have to go back many streams to find where I'm saying I think Newcastle or Arsenal or even Liverpool signing Mbeumo would be pretty good for him. Because I rate Mbeumo. Man scored 20 goals a season playing for Brentford, a team that averages 27% possession a game. Translation, you don't get many chances at goal. And he's able to get 20 goals out of that. We have a striker in our team. You know I'm going to take this. The daily shots at Kai. The daily shots at King Kai. The daily shots at number 29. Plays in a ball-dominant team. Played 23 games and could only score 9 goals. Which is a direct correlation why I don't want Sesko. Not that I think Sesko is bad. I just think he's ready for this Premier League. For what we need. A team that's in win now mode cannot sign another project, another prodigy. We can't do it. It's not in our mold. So we need to get better. So to all my Arsenal fans, can you feel it? I can feel it. I can feel Liverpool and Manchester City pulling away from us. I can feel them. It's like it's palpable. I feel like I can touch it. It's tangible. I can grab it. The distance is getting wider. Not just the squad. Look at the squad. It's bigger than the squad. Because if we go man for man through us and the City squad and the Liverpool squad, they're better than us. So what does that lead down to? What does it come down to if we're going to leapfrog them? Their manager. Their manager is better than our manager. Both of them. So I can feel them pulling away from us. I'm not going to lie. Big up to men like Q. Chelsea. We ain't even speaking about Chelsea yet. Chelsea, I think Chelsea have made a decision on Jackson. And they have Delap coming in as their backup striker to who the real striker that they're going to get. That's my belief. And people try to underplay and underestimate the value of a bunch of young guys winning a trophy together with the Chelsea team just did. They have something that they can touch as a proof of their success. They just did that. So don't sleep on Chelsea. And the way it is moving right now, we go into this season with this squad, with this manager as is, we're in a top 5 fight, a slugfest. We're nowhere near the title race. We're nowhere near it last year. 0 days spent at the top of the title, at the top of the table. And Buemo wants the money. He does want the money. He does want the money, but he can play. He can absolute play. He can absolute ball. And he's getting 175 from Man United to 200. Get your money, big boy. But I think Newcastle can offer him a decent wage. I don't know if Newcastle will give him 200, but they'll give him 150, 160 maybe. And a front line of Gordon, Isak, and Mbeumo. A midfield of Joe Linton, Bruno G, and Tonali. They can do damage. You see how they punched us up in the EFL Cup last year? One of those games, Bruno didn't even play. Newcastle are a good team. They won more games than us last year, Arsenal fans. They won 20 games. But that's my question to the Arsenal fans. Do you feel it slipping away? Because the fan base is way too calm right now. You know, everyone is just a happy clapper and just wait and see. And it's only June 11th. And if it's only June 11th, Man City, they're not listening to that. They're going about their business. They're racking up their signings. Now, I don't know if part of that is the 115 thing coming, and they have to get their signings in. Transfer ban looming. They got to stockpile. If that's the case, so be it. You have to do what you have to do, right? You have to play the hand that you are dealt. And if Man City are dealt a hand where they feel like something might be coming down the road, they are playing that hand well. Get your picks in now. Put Erling Haaland on a 10-year contract. All right, remember when the man at Chelsea was signing death row deals and everyone was laughing at it? Well, Man City are doing the same thing. They locked up Erling Haaland for 10 years. That's probably why Verse didn't want to go to Manchester City, because he's worried about the cloud of the 115. But he's going to Liverpool, and we'll get to Liverpool in a second because they are making big moves as well. But big up, Mr. Robo. Big up to you, Mr. Robo. Hope everything is good, my guy. Like and subscribe, people. Garnacho is coming to Arsenal. Alejandro Garnacho. I swear if that guy comes anywhere near my club, I'm ready to check out, bro. I am ready to check out, Mr. Robo. I am ready to check out if the club decides that this is going to be another year wasted. I am. I'm just going to be like, you know what? The hell with it. I'm going to go watch rugby with Godfrey, and cricket and all this other stuff. We have other things to do with our lives. We have other things to do with our time. I am not inclined to let Arsenal Football Club waste another season when we were meant to be close to the title. No, not doing it. Nope. We are not doing that. Don't play with me. Big up Views. And Views is doing big things, saying smash the likes. Yeah, man, big up. Views did an intervention this morning, man. Show getting some crazy traction. I love it, bro. I absolutely love it. You're one of them dudes that put in the most consistent work in these YouTube spaces. I'm glad to see you finally start to get your numbers, bro. Big up to you, man. He was bigging up Gavin. King Kai. King of what? Bulking? King Kai. King of bulking. You heard how Arteta is speaking of him, how he's transformed his figure with the injury. He said that. He said these things prior to the Newcastle game when we knew he was going to come back. Then he came back on the pitch within 2 minutes, same Kai Havertz. Still clumsy as hell. Still losing the ball. Still giving away cheap fouls. Kai Havertz doing Kai Havertz things. Yes, sir. He was bigging up Mr. Robo. Bueno is a fan of United. I mean, I'd be a fan too if you're going to triple my wages and move me to a bigger club. But it's not a dig at Manchester United to say Mbuemo's going to go there with no Champions League football. I mean, what are we saying about Cunha? He could have been a fan of Manchester United. Either way, he's going there, and I rate the player. Both those players I would have had at Arsenal. I'd have Mbuemo in a minute. Probably just need to see his birth certificate. I mean, someone's trying to convince me that brother is 25 years old. I'm not hearing that. Big up to all 12 of you watching. Make sure you hit the like button, people. But yeah, Mbuemo, baller, bro. Baller. We haven't had a 20-goal a season striker at our club since Aubameyang left. So I'm in no position to turn my nose up at Mbeumo. The way Odegaard has performed in a creative capacity over the past 2 seasons, in general, last season in particular, he needs someone else to push him or someone to take his job, someone to light a fire up his ass. Cunha could have been that dude. Cunha and Mbeumo improves Arsenal, right? So we got a situation where we got the Liverpool and Man City pulling away from us, and the signings Manchester United are making, they're getting closer. Because I don't believe Manchester United are finishing 15th next season. We're going to keep the conversation honest. There's only one way for Manchester United to go, and it's up, and they're going to improve. They're going to massively improve. Views on sport. Big up, big up, big up. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Gavin L. bigging up Mr. Robo. Dappins. Every man are up. Trent, tempt Tony back to the Premier League. He will be great fit for Arsenal. Love this comment, Q. Love this comment. But you see, our manager is a pussy-hole. We have a pussy-hole of a manager who wants all these nice guys. He wants a squad of 28 nice guys that open doors and pull out chairs. Nah, bro. We need some assholes in the squad. Some man with some attitude to him, some attitude about him. And that damn Charles Watts, as soon as we were linked to Ivan Toney, attitude, started to talk about his attitude. Bro, a damn goal, don't give a damn who scored it. And this is what people, and it's not even a sports thing, you take it away from sports, this is what people do in a job when they know you have the skills, they know you have the requisite skills, they know you're about your shit, but they just don't like you. So they say you have an attitude problem or this and that. Everything about the actual job itself. Tony, absolute baller. I think I read somewhere, man has never missed a pen. You know, that's what we need. You need someone who can ruffle some feathers. Ivan Toney could be that guy, but Arteta doesn't want him. Arteta doesn't want Mavericks. That's why Ethan Waneri can't see the pitch. Views on sport, what you saying? Who we signing? We are signing Kepa. We signing Zubimendi. We're signing Sesko, maybe. And that's it, people. That is it. And if we think that's enough to bridge the gap on Liverpool or Man City, or dare I say Chelsea, should Chelsea make a leap? So those players are going to improve. Those players haven't peaked. Chelsea haven't finished their transfer business. Chelsea out here still doing work. But Arsenal, tell me. I can feel it. I can feel the teams at the top pulling away from us. Kepa, bro. Kepa. We are views on sport. Incapable signing. See the tweet about Sane. Sane, what's the news on Sane? I heard Sane is going to Turkey, isn't it? Turkey, or I don't know if it's Galatasaray or Trabzonspor, or one of them Turkish team I heard Sane linked with. You know, I don't know. Maybe Sane could be an upgrade of Martinelli, in it. On a free? Okay, Gala. Okay, got you. See? For the views. Keeping us honest. Q says, at views on sport, Arsenal likes to buy Chelsea flops. We don't like it, bro. We love that shit. We love it. We can go down the list, innit? We can start with, I wouldn't say, I'm not even going to disrespect Petr and call him a flop. But his glory days was at Chelsea. Petr washed, but still a serviceable goalkeeper. And you can move on from Petr to Courtois. I get it, right? David Luiz, Willian, Havertz. Man United decided to join the party 2 years ago when they signed Mason Mount, right? Now we're going for Kepa. The fact that it's only 5 million kind of takes the sting out of it for a little bit, yeah? That's the little bit takes the sting out of it, but still. And the fact that he went to Real Madrid, then to Bournemouth, performed well at Bournemouth, by the way. And it's not a direct link to Chelsea. Kind of takes the sting out of it a little bit, but he is going to be a backup for 5 million. So that I'm not bothered by that. I'm more bothered by the fact of the idea of Arteta being here for for 5.5 years, and he signed about 6 goalkeepers or 7 goalkeepers when he inherited 2 damn good goalkeepers. He signed more goalkeepers than strikers. Imagine that. Imagine needing goals to win a Premier League, right? Imagine needing goals to close the gap on a Man City machine or a Liverpool train, and you have signed more goalkeepers than goal-scoring attackers. Sackable. That's an indictment on your management skills, on what your team needs to compete. Views on sport, yeah, but there's a follow-up on what Arsenal did regarding Sané, and it is laughable. I don't think Sané is coming nowhere near Arsenal. I don't think any attacking player who wants to show their attacking prowess and express their attacking freedom wants to play for Mikel Arteta. The game is too robotic for them. You know, it's pass here, move there, pass here, move there. There's no, hey, move out my way, drop my shoulder, run by you, and go do my thing. I try and avoid it then, Mr. Robo. Oh, God. Then don't look at WhatsApp views on sport. I'm going to go check it. I am going to go check. All right. That with Arteta, everyone evolves like Pokemon. 100%, bro. 100%. 100%. Like the play. Big up, man, like Static. Static gets the double salute, you know. The amount of work Static puts in this YouTube spaces for us, man. It's unbelievable. Man, like Static is welcome every time. You, my bro. Big up to man like Static. Yeah, man. You're gonna hear Arsenal leave me on. Oh my days, Mr. Robo. That's a good one. That is a funny one. I see you're trying to torture me, so I must protect myself. Yeah, man. Robo just out here trolling us. That's a form of therapy still. Self-preservation. Absolutely. You gotta protect your peace, man. You have to protect your peace. Read today that if AC Milan lose Leao, they are looking for Martinelli, allegedly. I mean, let's do a swap deal then. Let's do a swap deal. I'll take some of Rafael Leao's laziness for what he gives going forward, because he actually beats his defender. You know what I'm saying? He actually beats his man. Maybe King Kai can get some tap-ins. He's good for those. You know, you give Kai Havertz the ball to make something out of nothing, you might as well give the ball to the other team. So he's going to need Saka. He's going to need a winger on the other side to actually create for him, because he can't. He likes to lay the ball off, run in the box. And from what I'm hearing from people who actually rate Kai Havertz, they say his movement off the ball is elite, and that's how he gets these goals. But he doesn't get him at a rate for me that makes me comfortable with him leading the line for my football club. He does not. But I am for this. And if that comes across the desk and Bertha doesn't jump on that, fraud watch. Fraud watch. Put him on fraud watch now. Not going to give him all this time to just sit here and give Arteta what he needs. And bro, now Arteta can just be our sporting director. Like, what are we doing? Big up to all 18 of y'all watching, people. Smash the likes as you enter the stream. And no, I didn't buy this. This is one of those gifts that I get every year around Father's Day. I guarantee you next week when it's Father's Day, I'm going to get a notification from the Army. Your package is on its way. That's what my wife does, man. And yeah, we love it. We absolutely love it, man. We love taking Chelsea's trash. And then we give him good players like Ashley Cole and Giroud. Right? While they give us Willian and David Luiz and shit. Views on sports. No pain, no gain. Is bonkers. Big up to DJ Sav, CFC Blues. Big up, bro. How are you? Don't worry about Chelsea, mate. How we've handled yesterday in terms of bringing in Mason Mount and the world-class goalkeepers instead of having to decide to stay with Sanchez and Petrovic. I'm very worried about Chelsea, bro. I'm worried. I'm worried about Chelsea because I actually think Chelsea kick on now. You know, big up to DJ Sav when DJ Sav was said he'd be here, whether they lost or won that Conference League. Big up to DJ Sav. He's here. He's not even trolling. He's here telling us what Chelsea is doing. Yeah, I'm very worried about Chelsea, bro. I'm worried about anyone who can, you know, take food off our plate. And I'm I'm gonna say one more time. I don't think people really underestimate. People get the value of a team that actually won together, especially a young core of players that actually won something. They've touched silverware. Those players are gonna improve, go to another level. Watch out for Chelsea. Big up to Sav every time. No pain, all get no gain, all pain. Plenty of pain, plenty of pain. I got what you meant, bro. I got what you meant. UBK boss, hope you're good, my guy. Big up to Dre FC. Big up to the champ. Big up to the champ, man. Like Dre. So, you know, Liverpool have the task of defending their Premier League title because, you know, the last time Liverpool won their Premier League title, the very next year in 2021, you man had a stinker. I think you finished third on 69 points, like way off of it. Some injuries in there. I think that's the year that Van Dijk did his knee. But, you know, the narrative has been able to run because Liverpool fell off after they won the title is that they only win the title when Man City fall off. And credit to Liverpool. Big credit to Liverpool because they are moving in the transfer window like, nah, the title is ours. We're going to defend this shit. Come get it. Man City is like, all right, we're going to stockpile. We're going to buy all these players. With or without a transfer ban, we're trying to get our title back. That's why I feel like Arsenal are going to be left out. Because you remember those, what was it, 2017 to 2022, when it was Liverpool and City. Arsenal were nowhere near it. We were finishing 8th, and 5th. We were nowhere near it when them two, man, were going back and forth. And if it goes back to that, I don't think we can compete. Not with Sesko and Martinelli and Arteta. I don't. I really believe if Liverpool and City decide to go back into their back and forth rivalry, Arsenal will get dumped to the side. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. That's how I feel. Hate me if you know. If you don't. If you do, whatever. More goalkeepers and attackers in general, full stop. Bro, it's criminal. It is criminal. Now, is he going to do the same thing he did with Raya in 2023? When Ramsdale started the first 3 games of the season, and then game 4, Raya comes in and boom, you're benched. Because going into the season, after the first failed title charge, no one said we lost the title because of Ramsdale. No one did. The talking point was we lost the title because Saliba got injured against Sporting Lisbon, and then we had to go to the Etihad with Rob Holding as a center back, and you know, Erling Haaland ate his lunch, quick and fast. So if anything, that was the year for you to go sign a DM and a backup, and a backup center back, a Calafiori or whatever. But man went and got a goalkeeper and replaced Ramsdale when the goalie was not our issue. That was 4 goalkeepers. But you also signed Matt Turner and Runnerson and Keane, and now we're on what? 6, 7 goalkeepers. But you signed Jesus as the only out-and-out 9 who has told us that goal scoring isn't his thing. Then you bought Havertz, told us he was a midfielder, only have to move him forward when he showed you that he wasn't good in the midfield. Like what? What are we doing? That's sackable. That's probably number 100 and reason number 125 that we're up to now on sackable offenses created by Mikel Arteta since he's been at Arsenal Football Club. That we're running out of paper to list the offenses when he should have been sacked. Big up to everyone watching still. Appreciate you people. Make sure you're hitting the like in the stream. Views on sport. You want to know something? You know, whenever Egal is on the stream and he's getting rattled and people are hitting him with facts, truth, data, statistics, rationale, and logic, and he has nothing else to say. You want to know something? Emotional response is following. Whenever you hear Egal say, you want to know something? An emotional response just filled with waffle is about to hit your ears. That guy, one of the major enablers of the fan base, one of the reasons why we are where we are, eating this shit sandwich called Arsenal Football Club, trying to win. Big up, why not? Say I was watching the Bayern fan earlier. Said signing off the Saudi. I heard the Saudi links, but this morning I heard Sky that he's going to Gala. So, I'm inclined to believe Sky a little bit but I can see him going to Saudi though. It's probably his last big contract. So get your bag, Mr. Duffel Bag boy. Get your bag. Views bigging up, man, like Static. Yeah, man, Static got to get his flowers, man. Static got to get his flowers. Well, BBK Parry, everything up. Why not? Everything is up, bro. Big up, man. Big up, big up. Basically, Wise Gala, Al Hilal, Bayern are all doing business and trying to sign him, etc. Arsenal told Sane, wait. Yeah, like we're in a position to tell players to wait, right? But men are gonna sit on their hands and wait for Arsenal. Now they'll do that for Pep because they know there's a trophy coming in their City next season, right? Man City are not going trophyless next season. They're leaving with something, Arsenal, we should be moving hell on earth to get whoever we can get. Why not? Getting bigged up by views. Big up to the assembled, sir. Good afternoon to you too. Hope you are good. Uh-oh. There he is. There he is. Wish I had seen him sooner. But I just saw him. Just saw a man like E. Ross.
I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover, whipping work.
Maybach music.
Big up to man like E. Ross in the building. Hope you are good, my bro. E. Ross just got to make an entrance. He just got to make his entrance. But that's why we love him in these spaces. He livelies up the chat. Big up to men like E. Ross. Loudmouth Football. Big up to you, Udi. Hope you are good, bro. I texted you this morning. Make sure you check your messages when you wake up, man. I'm an early bird, But we'll get it. We'll get something done. City going to win the league, in my opinion. What? That's what you see. You can see it in the league already, Udi. These players together will cook Granny's cayenne recipe. For all in the chat, Loudmouth Football is a Liverpool fan, massive Liverpool fan. Does great content. You can go over there to Loudmouth Football and check him out. He is saying that City are going to win the league next year. Not a crazy take, but if I'm Liverpool and I just won the league, and I'm signing Verts, and I signed Frimpong and more signings incoming, I think you are in for a striker if Diaz goes. I don't know, man. If I'm Liverpool, I'm backing it. If I'm Liverpool, I'm confident. I'm major confident. E-Ross, big up. Mikael music or waffle. Some syrup on that. BBK will run it. You know what, bro? You know I gotta run it. Matter of fact, if I stream tomorrow, got a different version of the Ross about to drop. Yeah, man. Big up to everyone, man. The engagement is through the roof. Absolutely love it. Club World Cup hype. LFC, Man U, United, Brighton, Brentford, plus more have bought players. No Club World Cup for them. Yeah, see? And that's the thing. Yeah. The ultras are using, they're in the World Cup. That's why they're signing players. Man, that's bullshit. Brentford ain't in it. They replaced the goalkeeper the same day they lost their goalkeeper to Bayer Leverkusen. Like it's just, they cannot just admit that we are dragging our feet with no purpose. They have to make an excuse for it. Like, why do we make so many excuses as an Arsenal fan base? Why is it so hard for us to hold the club accountable? And when I say us, I know that we try to do it here, but it's very difficult to divorce yourself from the masses. It's kind of like when I see Jamaicans somewhere doing some dumb shit, it's very hard for me to separate myself from it, even though I don't do that dumb shit, right? They're my people. You know what I'm saying? So we just cannot help ourselves. It's not a Club World Cup. The Club World Cup starts this weekend. Forget it. And a year from now, it'll be the same thing. We'll finish there or thereabouts, and there'll be more excuses being made. At some point, the excuses have to stop, and accountability has to be held. Right? Big up Robo every time, says E. Ross. Yeah, man, E. Ross. Mikael music is wild, bro. Big up to Dre FC. I got unofficial news this morning that Liverpool are inquiring about payments for Isak while talking to Eketike. Bro, I did a stream back in, I want to say it was back in December when I conceded that Liverpool was going to win the league. Like, when we drew. I think we drew 1-1 to Fulham that weekend. Arsenal did, and Liverpool didn't even play. And that's when I was like, no, we're not serious. Liverpool, congratulations, you're winning the league. And a couple weeks later, I'm like, when the Mo Salah contract thing was kind of on the table, off the table, on the table, off the table. And I'm like, bro, if these men sign Isak and re-sign Mo Salah, it's curtains for the league. And they have re-signed Mo Salah. And if they're gonna drop money on Isak, then all of a sudden Mo Salah don't need to score 27, 28 goals. He can give you regular numbers, because you remember the year when Mo Salah scored 31 goals in the Premier League and Liverpool didn't win the league. The next year he scored like 22 or something, and they did win the league, ran away with it when the goals were spread around, when he didn't have to carry the blunt of the load. That's what I can see happening, and I can see him getting those 20 assists now, because then he has someone to actually put the ball in the net. His man was stuck on 18 assists for like 3 months, waiting on Darwin Núñez and Luis Diaz to put the ball in the net for him. And he wants that 2020 bad. That's the only thing that, TT has on him right now, right? But Isak, the only thing that I hear that is like, okay, Liverpool don't spend like that. But at some point, you have to break that spell, right? You drop 120 or 150 on Verts. It would be a statement from Liverpool to drop another 100 and something on a striker in the same window. But I can say, that right there would be hell of a signing, man. Hell of a signing. Why not big up to the assembled and bigging up E. Ross? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big up. Oh, okay. Appreciate you clarifying that, DJ Sav. So he turned down the opportunity to sign a world-class goalkeeper. Instead, the stupid sporting director is sticking with Bum Sanchez and selling our best goalkeeper, Petrovic. I do think Petrovic is your best goalkeeper. But I don't know. Why does the French guy, is it Magnet, why doesn't he want to come to Chelsea still? I don't know. It's a weird one. But normally these are deals that Chelsea would get done. But I don't know. Maresca has something with Sanchez that he likes. I don't know. I think that Sanchez have cost you, man, at least 10 points this year. The ones I don't know what he's seen in Sanchez. Sanchez is a liability, bro. Yeah, Club World Cup 3 a.m. Cannot wait for Melo Melody Sundowns FC and you are Red Diamonds. Yeah, but now the Club World Cup, it's a mad one, right? Because you have a Club World Cup and Liverpool's not in it, but the Seattle Sounders are, right? And you should see the prices that they're asking to go see some of these dead games, bro. Some of these dead games. And the report came out yesterday that the tickets aren't being sold at the rate that they thought they were going to be sold. I'm like, bro, what? You imagine in this economy trying to sell fucking tickets for $300 to go watch River play Seattle? Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? Mad one. Big up DJ Sav against it. Manchester City also signed our third choice goalkeeper in Marcus Bettinelli. I saw that. And your club has taken Kepa from us. I have to say I'm surprised you took Kepa. I'm happy he's gone. Never expected Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie, yo. I'm on record as saying that I think Kepa got a bad rap at Chelsea because Chelsea had went on that mad Champions League run, and because one of the main changes they have made was swap him for Mendy. He kind of gets blamed for a lot of shit that I don't think was fair. I think Kepa was a decent goalkeeper. I think Mendy in goal was an upgrade, but I think the way Thomas Tuchel came and tweaked that team, I think there was I think you could have possibly won that Champions League with Kepa in goal. The way Conte and Kovacic was running that midfield, man. It was that back three was very, very hard to break down. The way Thomas Tuchel had set you man up, but we move. Yeah, man, I hear you. E. Ross. Big up to E. Ross, man. Larry Hoover. Whooping work. Yeah, man, you know it. Eka TK still on Chelsea's radar, says DJ Sav. It seems this deal we want to get done I would have Osimhen, but ownership will not go for him. Ekatike I rate, but we'll give Jackson a strong competition. Boy, Joe, I don't rate Jackson. I think Jackson is possibly one of the players with the lowest football IQ I've ever seen. Like, my God. I actually think with the lap coming could possibly force him out. No later than January, you could see out of favor Chelsea forward looks for a loan move to somewhere else or looks to be sold. I just don't think Jackson is it for you, man. Just don't think. Yeah, big up every time. Why not? Still can't see your messages, but now I do. Hopefully that gets worked out. You, Godfrey. Big up to the God of the free. Big up to you, bro. And with the coolest first three letters to start the name. And like Godfrey. Why not say BBK? Do you have psychologically evaluation training or awareness training? How do you do something followed by illogical waffle? when you have the majority of the fan base in the palm of your hands where you can say anything and they'll lap it up, you don't need to be logical. You can just talk. Right? Like if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, just baffle them with bullshit. And that's what essentially every Mikel Arteta's press conference is. Just baffle us with bullshit. Megden wants Chelsea, bro. It's our sporting directors that have ruined the deal. Okay. Fair. I think he'd be good for you, man. There's something else there. Sporting directors don't like his attitude, yeah? Not like another Arteta one. And they don't like a player. Man, have all the requisite skills to do the job. You know? Man could be out here starting for France, but they don't like his attitude. You'll upset the locker room. You know, he'll do this, he'll do that. It's a madness. It is a madness. E-Ross bigging up Godfrey. Yeah, man. Welcome, Godfrey. Welcome, Godfrey, to the fray. Everyone is surprised that Arsenal was been dipping at Stamford Bridge again. Loaning someone and anyone else would have been more logical. It's a weird, because I don't think any other two big clubs do this Chelsea and this Arsenal thing. And it's one way in it. It's one-way traffic. Because, shit, man, imagine us trying to give Chelsea Mustafi and Bellerin and Nacho Monreal and Herrera and, you know, imagine us trying to give Chelsea our trash. But it's just one-way traffic. And it's, you know, man get washed up and they're past their prime at Chelsea. And then it's, hey, man, I don't want to leave London. The kids are in school. The missus like it here. Brentford is a step down. Don't want to go to Tottenham because they were banter club back then, weren't winning. Can't say that anymore. They got a European Cup now. So just go to Arsenal. You can still be at a big club. Don't have to move. Don't have to change schools. Keep your address. All that stuff. You know, it's a mad one. But I know we've all seen the Brentford kid, not the Brentford kid, the Bournemouth kid signing the deal with Real Madrid, 20 years old, number 24, having Florentino Perez hand him the shirt, introducing him. And it makes me wonder, what does that deal mean for Madrid coming for William Saliba? Because Saliba still hasn't signed yet. Right? Because now center backs at Real Madrid, they've signed Huijsen. Now they got Militao. They have Rudiger. So, I mean, that seems to be pretty good cover at his center back position. Just signed their right back. Left back, you know, they're kind of open there. But what does that mean for Saliba? Does that mean that Saliba re-signs for us now? Because I'm of the opinion that if Saliba does not sign, you have to sell him. You have to sell him. You have to get some money for that. You know, this is in the very first time we've had a top center back, a top player that Real Madrid would want that we could potentially sell for big money. Because I think, what was it? Our record sale is not that big, you know. Our record sale for players is like 30-something million for Oxlade-Chamberlain going to Liverpool or something. So Saliba, the Dean Huijsen signing for Liverpool, signing for Madrid, it's kind of makes me think about what does that mean for them coming in for Saliba next year or the year after. based on how the contracts are lined up right now. That's another one I've been thinking about. Free, big up, hope you're well, says DJ Sav. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, BBK, and all watching. Big up to Hendo, man. Everything you good. I was talking about Egal. Do you want to know something? Followed by Illogical Waffle, but I guess Dazzle him with BS is also fits. It's a funny guy, bro. Like, I've always said that Egal, he's a YouTuber that talks football. Right? He's not a football fan on YouTube. Because there is no way he can, on Saturdays and Sundays and Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights in Champions League, that he can watch the shit that we do and be happy with it. Yeah, he's probably behind closed doors. He's probably cussing, and then he's just as upset as we are. But that doesn't fit his brand and his public persona. So he composes himself, then he goes on streams and get into character, so to speak, and plays the role of Mr. Positivity, Mr. I'm the common influence. And he was the one that was having a meltdown on the football terrorists a couple years ago against Brandon. It was a mad one. E. Ross, big up every time, Hendo. Hope the weather is nice out there in the UK. Yeah, hope you guys got some good weather, man, because summer is lovely here now. Fortunately, I can't enjoy it too much because I don't know if you men have heard, but yeah, fresh off knee surgery. The ACL went on Saturday. And out there to kick ball, out there doing my razzle dazzle, had a blast, but that was probably my last time kicking a ball for a very long time. Untouched injury, no contact, felt something, was able to walk off, pain, swelling, went to the hospital, did an MRI. Doc was like, bro, you shouldn't have walked over here. You should have been in a wheelchair. So Tuesday morning, knee cut open, sewed back up in a brace. Man is on crutches. Man is on crutches. So I can't even keep the stream too long because right now my leg is supposed to be elevated. I got it locked out right now in a knee brace. You know them ones. So if Doc sees me streaming right now, they're gonna be like, what is wrong with you? Leg should be elevated, but we love football. We love football. I'm still on Cel Saliba. Logically, the situation isn't going in our favor. Losing the player and the fee. Yeah, well, we can't have players running out their contracts, not the good ones. We can't do a Trent. We have to sell them. It'd be annoying. It would be nice to have, some trophies to mark the time that he spent at the club. But so be it. I'm already so annoyed with Arsenal, and we are 11 days in the window. How is this happening? That right there, Mr. Robo, is called Arteta tax. When you are mad at the club and the season hasn't even started yet. Kind of like I was watching the Newcastle game, the final day at the Emirates, the kit reveal and all this, and I'm watching the game and I'm upset. We're winning the game and I'm upset by the way we're playing and the substitution that he's making. Right? Because man is a like-for-like merchant when he does his substitution packages. That's what he does, right? He brings on Timber for Ben White. He brings on Martinelli for Trossard, Jorginho for Partey. On that day, he's going to take off the right winger, Bukayo Saka. Then he's going to bring on Kai Havertz. All of a sudden, like-for-like thing and your like-for-like subs ain't your thing, bro. Like, what are you doing? You got your right winger, Ethan Nwaneri, there on the bench. Play him. And I'd rather sell for 100 million, 60 million plus add-ons. Hey, I hear it. Sell them. 75 in London. Oh, that's great. That is great. Whoa, yeah, man. The ACL went pop, bro. Pop, pop. I never felt pain like that in my life. But then, the adrenaline of the game kind of kept me, But, it is what it is, man. We're old now. We're old. Bless you, BBK. I did my ACL and I left me back in 91. Ooh, see? If I did it back in 91, I was probably young and active. But now, a slow grind. Plus, I do mostly coaching now. I don't know what the hell I was doing out there. It was just a beautiful sunny day and I just had to, kick a little. But, it is what it is. It was destined to be. Arteta caused the injuries to the fan base. That's it. That's the comment of the day right there. The assembled. Yes, the Arteta tax. The Arteta tax. I tell you what, I bet if I was on here lapping up the PR, I'd be just fine. But I could walk around and spread this Arsenal love. Ah man, big up to the assemblers. Not gonna lie, even if we sign Gyökeres as Sesko, Rodrigo is a must. I'd be comfortable, bro. I'd be so calm if we just had some elite left wing play. Now, you hear these defenders like Carragher and John Terry talk about, the balance of the Arsenal attack with Thierry and Freddie and Robert. Our attack is just so unbalanced that it makes us very predictable. And if you're a defensively sound team, a team that's predictable, very easy to defend against. Very, very easy to defend against. And that's what we are. You all click the third bar to the right and chat off. You know what? I had that problem yesterday on Mr. Robo's chat. I couldn't see anything Wynot was saying. But Mr. Robo was putting them on the screen. And then he couldn't see him. But now that I know that, I'm going to have to see. And man, why not bigging up Hendo? LFC Monster, big up, bro. I hope everything is good. All enjoying the Worst Wednesday. LFC, you scroll up, I have another great Liverpool fan, content creator, Loudmouth Football FC, saying that he thinks City's going to win the league next year. What do you think about that? Or you think you retain the title or not? Or are you going to wait till the transfer window ends before you make your prediction? I can hear that. Yeah, man, laughing at the assembled. The assembled. That was a mad comment. Earlier. But yes, people, I do believe that Arsenal Football Club is falling behind. I do. I don't think that's a crazy take. I think we're falling behind just based on the signings alone. We already know the manager is not as good as the other two. I can't. I can feel the separation growing. Manchester City have just signed the guy that was rated as the top midfielder in the Serie A. And if you go watch the Coppa Italia final between AC and Inter, bro, he was cooking. That Reinders, he was cooking everybody, bro. He was just doing the madness. And they're signing him. And you just notice how Manchester City perfectly lined up, right, for Kevin De Bruyne to be retiring. The PFA Player of the Year for 23-24, Phil Foden was supposed to be the guy to take the mantle and lead him forward. Like, City have realized that Foden isn't it, and they didn't sit on their hands and be like, no. They went and got Marmoush, they went and got Reinders, they went and got all these players. Meanwhile, we're just depending on Saka to do everything for us. They're not depending on Foden to carry that team. They're building a team to compete on all four fronts. We can't compete on any fronts. And our squad, quality or quantity, not good enough. Nowhere near the levels. So, said it earlier, I think Manchester United adding Mbeumo, adding Gyökeres, adding Cunha makes a good attack. Makes a pretty good attack. We heard yesterday that Sesko being linked to Al Hilal now. I don't know what's going on there. But either way, it looks like Gyökeres is not our guy. It looks like Sesko's our guy. It looks like it's going to be Kepa. It looks like it's going to be Zubimendi and Benjamin Sesko and Mr. Arteta, leading us into a 7th year, a 4th title challenge. Doesn't fill me with confidence. It doesn't. I am not filled with confidence that he can do this. I don't feel it. Can't fake it. I can't fake pretend like we have done enough in this window. I just don't. I'm going to lie to myself, and I'm not going to lie to y'all. I don't feel it. I feel like there's huge separation being made between us and Liverpool and City right now. Arsenal used the stadium to move away to fall behind when it was easier to move forward. Every new stadium built, only Arsenal couldn't sign any players and could only sell assets. This pisses me off so much, the assembled. It does. Because Wenger would come out publicly and say that. Publicly and say this. You have the money, you pay the stadium. Meanwhile, we've seen Spurs build a bigger stadium in London, right next door, regarded as one of the best stadium in England, in all of England, really, and keep all their best players. They didn't sell Harry Kane or Son. They sold Harry Kane after the stadium was built for $100 million in the final year of his contract. But we had to sell all of our players to Man City and all that to pay off the Emirates. Lied to, maligned, and done so wrong, Arsenal fans. For real, we are favorites going to the next season as defending champions, along with the signings both teams made. I still have us as favorites, and between City and Liverpool again, though. And I mean, I agree. I will always respect the champions, and that's why going into last season, I still respected the City as the champions, even though we came within 2 points the previous year. I just didn't think Calafiori, Sterling, and Mikel Moreno was enough to bridge the gap between us and City. But the fact that Liverpool now, the players that didn't have title-winning experience now do, right? Because prior to last season, the only players in that squad that had title-winning experience was Trent, Robo, Alisson, Van Dijk, Mo Salah. Everyone else was new. But now, Jota has title-winning experience. Gakpo, Diaz, Gravenberch, McAllister. Wirtz has won in the Bundesliga. Not sure what Frimpong has won. Well, Frimpong has won. Right? So you have a team full of winners. Very good coach. He has proven that he's a very good coach. Obliterated that myth about can't come into a new league and win. He's done it. Antonio Conte did it in 2017. So just if we go life for life, even if Arsenal Football Club were to perform out their skin man for man, now you have a Liverpool team and a Man City team who have the know-how and better managers and a better squad. Just can't. But yeah, I worry about, because I've had evidence of this, that whenever it's Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal are nowhere near it. The way those two teams push each other. 97 points. 97 points and not win the league. 92 points and not win the league. We are nowhere near that. You know them ones. Nowhere near that. Do you think the club is willing to lose or sell Saliba? They could try it and wait, but without trophies and a new manager this season is better than next summer. Which 1 year down. So I think they'll sell him. I think if he doesn't sign next year, they'll have to sell him. Unless they want to take the risk of him walking for free. And I don't even think if we win, he stays. They think like next year, let's just say hypothetically, we win the title next year. I think he still leaves. Because then he's like, okay, I came here, I won here. Now it's the next step. The next step from Arsenal is to go to a bigger club and probably leave England. Whether he goes to PSG, because PSG are an attractive proposition now. His homeland, French speaking, Marquinhos, Mendes, like PSG have made their claim in the big boys club, the BBK, the big boys club with a K. PSG are there now. They have the trophy with the big ears, so they can, they can be an attractive destination for him. So the hell with just being worried about Real Madrid. We have to worry about PSG now. The club is stemming backlash on Saliba. Is the club stemming backlash as on Saliba fan favorite key player? Yeah. But they know how to deal with that. Why not? This is what they do. That PR is their thing. They'll find a way to spin this. Plus, if we can get a big fee for him, spend that wisely. We will charge Bertha with doing that. Because I think most Arsenal fans were, in the back of their mind, knew that William Saliba wasn't going to be here his entire career. So we got, 4 good years out of him and sell him for $100 million. I can hear it. It's City and Pool next title race. Currently, we are 10 to 15 points behind both. I agree. And for the masses, why not say that? And I completely agree with them. But both of us hope we're wrong. Just had to put that in there. Hope we're wrong, but we have too much evidence to believe that we're going to be right come next April, May, if we even stay in the title race that long, if we're even in it to begin with. RV Elliott too. He won the league with us 5 years ago. See, hey, keeping me honest, LFC. I appreciate it. Don't let me sit up here and lie on your club. You know, I follow the game religiously, but you know, every now and then, you know, I'll either leave a name out or put a name where it doesn't belong. But yeah, appreciate you keeping me honest, my bro. Think about this. When Emery came in, he was allowed to get rid of all the backroom staff, Arsenal through and through. When they sacked his staff, they left also. We have nobody old enough to keep traditions. And that's a point that gets lost here, the Assembly. That's a great point to bring up. We have lost the fabric and the soul of our football club. But the real stakeholders of the football club, us, the fans, we have to keep the standards high. We cannot let the enablers and the happy clappers to tell us that challenging for 4 years in a row or finishing second 3-4 years in a row is good enough, telling us to be patient. Because I had a Donnie come in here the other day. Man subscribed to the channel, waited, when I was in subscriber mode, waited the minute just to come in here and tell me that I need to be patient, you know. More patient. Like, telling an Arsenal fan to be patient is the most asshole shit that you can do. Because I think we are too patient as a fan base. That's how we end up in this shithole anyway. You can't tell me to be more patient when I've waited 21 years for a league title. Being patient. You can tell a Liverpool fan to be patient. Now, they just won the title. You can tell DJ Saf to be patient. They have, you know, 20 years of dominance. You can even tell a City fan to be patient. They just reeled off 4 in a row. Be patient. Don't tell me to be patient, bro. What are you doing? But big up to the Assembly, man. That was a good one. And Slot had no transfers, just managed and rotated and coached the squad differently. And better to get that extra 10 to 20%. Yeah, a new voice. That was all. That was all. That was all that Slot did. Because I was on with Rashid on Saturday, and I told him, I said, bro, no one can convince me that Jurgen Klopp is a bad manager. Matter of fact, I think at this very moment, Jurgen Klopp is still a better manager than Arne Slot. The players just needed a different voice. So if a manager like Arne Slot, if a manager like Jurgen Klopp, who's won every trophy in football at Liverpool, he's won every trophy in football. If his voice goes stale, don't you think Arteta's voice, who's won nothing in football compared to Klopp? Nothing. Don't you think his voice gets stale? Possibly even quicker. Because he's going to go into the locker room and talk to these players and they'll be like, Coach, you told us that before. You've heard that before. And still, we had nothing to show for it. Nothing. The mad one. At some points, Pep's voice going to get stale. Wenger got stale. Why do we think that we must win with Arteta? We don't have to win with him. Maybe he's just the guy to get us here, and we need someone else to get us there. Yes, sir. There's no veterans at the club. Yeah, he was at the Assembly. Was spot on, Yaga P. Big up to Yaga P. Joiner for life, through and through. E-Ross says, facts, BBK, you speak for me. Yeah, bro, don't tell me to be patient when I've been waiting for 21 years. Come on now. And I done seen so many other men cut the line. What are we doing? The fans have no voice on the board. Wenger said single ownership shouldn't be allowed as the fans have no say. Yeah, I agree. And I see all these supporters clubs. The supporters clubs of the fans. The supporters club, I have a proposition for you. When you sit down with the club and you represent the fans, make sure you tell these motherfuckers at the next meeting between the board and the fan club president or whoever, you cannot raise season ticket prices. You cannot raise the price of hot dogs. You can't raise anything. You cannot make the Emirates experience any more expensive until you win something. So you're going to put a cap on your season ticket prices until we win a trophy. Not the trophy, any trophy. We're going to lower the bar for you to make it. Can't raise the prices of anything until we are Olympic silverware. I guarantee you, if they accept that deal, we'll move differently. Hope. But we need some transfers too, some serious transfers, and several change hope to believe. Yeah, I've always said I don't think we need a big transfer window. Why not? We need the right transfer window. No more goalkeepers, no more left backs. We know where the holes are in our damn team. Fill it. Fill the damn hole. The hole in the Liverpool squad was wide open for everyone to see. They sold Coutinho and they filled the holes with Alisson and Van Dijk, and bang, they started winning. Big ones. Champions Leagues, Premier League. Pep Linders had so much more of a voice and influence on the squad the last 2 years, and we now know that Klopp was finding it more difficult to carry on with the same energy. See? That's from the horse's mouth, people. This is from the champion of the Premier League who follows his team religiously, telling us that a manager like Jurgen Klopp was finding it difficult to carry on. And they have won. They were picking up trophies along the way. We're not picking up anything. We're not picking up anything. The football is terrible. And we don't expect that the voice is supposed to go bad. The voice instead is very easy to tune somebody out when you know it's bullshit. You won't say it. Like I said, these guys in the squad, they're nice guys. They're not going to ruffle the feathers. They're not going to throw a stink. But it's going to go in one ear and out the other. And they form little cliques. And they're nice guys. They're not going to down tools. But they're not going to go run through a brick wall for them like Genie Wijnaldum used to do for Jurgen Klopp. Raise the standards when you prove that you have done that. Raise the prices. Bang. That's it. That is it. Because if Liverpool Football Club raised the prices of their season tickets this year, no Liverpool fan is complaining. None. If Crystal Palace does it, no Palace fans are complaining. They just had a parade for the FA Cup. Even Tottenham. Newcastle. There is no way that Arsenal should be fucking raising and have the highest ticket prices in all of Europe or win that at the trophy table. The supporters should raise the prices against the owners. Facts. Truer words have never been spoken by E. Ross. The Crown Kings legally changed the club from what it was to what it is. Yeah, they have finessed us. American businessmen have swindled and finessed one of the iconic football clubs of the great UK. They have done it. But yeah, people, the ACL leg is starting to hurt. I gotta go get back on my meds and go ice my knee and pull it up. But I have to highlight the assembled. This comment of the day. This was class. This was great. This was great. So big up to the assembled for the comment of the day. I absolutely love that one, man. I greatly appreciate you joining me, people. It's a shame we never see a Bundesliga on the mother, bro. And that's a great comment right there, LFC. Because when I lived in Germany, I used to see the German fans used to stop games when things aren't going their way. They would stop games. They wouldn't be violent or ruckus or rowdy, but they had their way to make their voices be heard, and I greatly appreciated that. I highly encourage that fans of football clubs in England travel, not when your team plays, just go watch another team in another country, in Spain and Germany. Just go watch and watch how those teams support their football clubs. F the supporters club, frauds are part of the get-along gang. I agree, and best believe the club have a cut and can't comes from them. Yeah, the one that they have on AFTV, there's some fraud there. I ain't gonna lie, but that I only said that because they're the mechanism and the conduit to get to have dialogue with the board. So if not them, I don't know who. But yeah, man, appreciate you, E. Ross. Appreciate you, Hendo. Yeah, man, feel my toes getting kind of tingly, so I gotta go. Take my meds and ice my leg up. Hoist my leg up, but it's what it is. Do you play out in the flank? No, I play as a DM, bro. I play as a 6. I get the ball from the back 4, I turn, and I play off to the runners. I don't have enough to get up and down the wings anymore. Yeah, I like to be in the middle of the park where I have people to the left of me, right of me. I don't have to run much. I get the ball, release the ball. I'm a one-touch maestro. The least amount of touches I take, the happier I am. I do not like to keep the ball at my feet. That's how I get kicked. Nah, I am a quick releaser of the ball. Sometimes too quick. Sometimes too quick. ACL under Arteta. Oh my God, the mad one. Yeah, man. Big up, man. Big up. LSD Muscle. What has the club done to the Ashburn Army? They are very vocal and giving prominence early season, but faded. I don't know. Maybe they paid them off, man, or they incentivize them. You know, you get this if you do this. You get this if you do that. You know, there are ways that these corporate people, use to, coddle, lobby, and politicize and get people on their side and to persuade. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. The business model of Arsenal Football Club is doing very well. It just doesn't translate on the pitch. It doesn't translate on the pitch, which is what bothers me. I'm for all the PR, I'm for all the other stuff, but let's win first. Right? It's kind of like when these modern day athletes, these NBA players, as soon as they get drafted, they get a shoe deal. How? Normally, back in the day, you had to win. You had to win before you got an endorsement to be on a cereal box to get a shoe deal. Now you're just a high-profile athlete. You can run fast and jump high, and you get an endorsement. It's a mad one. So now the players don't have to work as hard. It's the ticket exchange and ballot BS. It has ruined the Ashburn Army. In facts, the struggle for tickets, and that one other reason why I don't go to games anymore. Pick up BBK every time in the chat. Yeah, man, get better. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I'm talking about the ASD supporters, not the club, not that welcome you to the channel or the principal. I'm boycotting Flabby Rappy channels. Appreciate you, why not? The laughter is good for me, The laughter is good for me. It's good for my recovery, man. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. Facts, BBK. Man, the Benson. Yeah, too many of them, bro. As soon as men get drafted, they get a shoe deal. You got to work as hard. It's a mad one. That's what I had in mind, Mr. Robo. The club's ticket systems that fed them over. That's the mad one. Arsenal supporters trust mainly Red Arrow have disappeared. It's all good, man. It's all good. But people, I will leave it there. I thank you sincerely for joining me this morning for my Arsenal therapy. Now I'm going to go get my real therapy started and get this recovery on the road. Thank you for your time and your patience as I got through all those comments. Like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.